Chapter 1 Introduction to the Dystopian Earth. The year was 2156, and Earth had become a desolate wasteland. Decades of environmental neglect and catastrophic climate change had transformed the once vibrant planet into a scorched hell. The sun, once a source of life, had become a deadly force, its relentless rays scorching the surface and making it uninhabitable. Humanity, however, had not perished. In a desperate bid for survival, the remaining population had retreated underground, constructing vast cities beneath the Earth's surface. But life underground came with its own set of challenges. Resources were scarce, and the oppressive regime that ruled over the underground cities controlled every aspect of daily life. Amidst this bleak existence, a group of rebellious teenagers dared to dream of something more. They were the children of the sun, a name whispered in hushed tones among the oppressed masses. They longed for freedom, for a life beyond the confines of their underground prison. But such dreams were considered treasonous, punishable by death at the hands of the regime's enforcers. Despite the risks, the children of the sun refused to be cowed. They knew that somewhere out there, beyond the suffocating darkness of their underground world, lay a glimmer of hope, a legendary orbital habitat rumored to offer a chance at a new life. Chapter 2 Discovery of the Hidden Message. In the heart of the underground city, amidst the labyrinthine tunnels and dimly lit corridors, a group of teenagers gathered in secret. They huddled together in a hidden chamber, their faces illuminated by the soft glow of a makeshift lantern. Among them was Maya, a spirited young girl with a fiery determination burning in her eyes. She held a tattered piece of parchment in her hands, its surface marked with faded symbols and cryptic runes. "This is it?" Maya whispered, her voice barely audible above the faint hum of the ventilation system. "The key to our freedom." The others leaned in closer, their curiosity piqued. For weeks, Maya had been deciphering the strange symbols, piecing together fragments of a message that had been hidden for generations. Now, at last, she believed she had uncovered its true meaning. "It's a map," Maya explained, tracing her finger along the ancient script, "a map that leads to the surface." The revelation sent a ripple of excitement through the group. For years, they had dreamed of escaping the suffocating confines of their underground existence. Now, it seemed their dreams were within reach. But freedom came at a price. The map spoke of dangers lurking on the surface, radiation storms, toxic wastelands, and the ever-present threat of the regime's enforcers. And yet, despite the risks, the group was undeterred. They had nothing to lose and everything to gain. With newfound resolve, they set out to follow the map's cryptic instructions, venturing deeper into the bowels of the city. Along the way, they encountered obstacles and adversaries, each one testing their courage and determination. But they pressed on, driven by the hope of a better future. As they journeyed deeper into the unknown, they uncovered secrets long buried beneath the Earth's surface. Secrets that would shake the very foundations of their world. And with each revelation, they grew ever closer to unlocking the truth behind the fabled orbital habitat. Chapter 3 The Quest begins. Armed with determination and fueled by hope, the group of teenagers embarked on their perilous journey towards the surface. Following the cryptic instructions laid out in the ancient map, they navigated the maze-like tunnels of the underground city, their hearts pounding with excitement and trepidation. Their journey was fraught with danger at every turn. They encountered collapsed passageways, flooded chambers, and malfunctioning machinery, each obstacle threatening to derail their quest. But with ingenuity and resourcefulness, they persevered, overcoming each challenge as it arose. As they ventured closer to the surface, they began to encounter signs of life, stray vegetation clinging to the walls, the distant echo of animal cries, and the occasional flicker of sunlight filtering through cracks in the earth. It was a stark reminder of the world they had left behind, a world ravaged by the unchecked power of the sun. But amidst the desolation, they also discovered signs of hope. A network of underground resistance fighters, hidden safe houses, and sympathetic allies willing to aid them in their quest. United by a common goal, they forged alliances and friendships that would prove invaluable in the trials ahead. But the regime was not content to let them escape so easily. As word of their rebellion spread, they became targets of relentless pursuit, hunted by the regime's enforcers and betrayed by those they once trusted. Betrayal cut deep, leaving scars that would never fully heal, but it also strengthened their resolve, driving them ever forward towards their goal. And so, with the weight of the world on their shoulders and the fate of humanity hanging in the balance, they pressed on, determined to defy the odds and carve out a new destiny for themselves and for all who dared to dream of a better tomorrow. Chapter 4. Challenges along the way. As the group of teenagers continued their journey towards the surface, they faced a myriad of challenges that tested their strength, resolve, and unity. The first major obstacle they encountered was a vast underground chasm, stretching across their path like an insurmountable barrier. With no way to cross it, they were forced to devise a daring plan. Risking life and limb, they constructed a makeshift bridge using whatever materials they could scavenge from their surroundings. Inch by inch, they edged their way across the precarious expanse, their hearts pounding with fear as the chasm yawned beneath them. But through sheer determination and teamwork, they reached the other side unscathed, their bond stronger than ever. Their journey was fraught with other dangers as well. They faced fierce creatures that lurked in the shadows, remnants of a world long forgotten. They battled harsh environmental conditions, from scorching heat to freezing cold, each one testing their endurance and resilience. And they encountered rival factions vying for control of the underground domain, forcing them to navigate a treacherous web of alliances and betrayals. But amidst the chaos and adversity, they also discovered moments of unexpected beauty and wonder. They stumbled upon hidden oases teeming with life, stumbled upon forgotten relics of the past, and witnessed breathtaking vistas that took their breath away. These fleeting moments of tranquility served as a reminder of the world they were fighting to protect, a world worth preserving despite its many flaws. As they journeyed ever closer to the surface, their resolve only grew stronger. They knew that their quest was far from over, that the greatest challenges still lay ahead. But they also knew that as long as they stood together, united in purpose and determination, they could overcome anything that stood in their way. Chapter 5. Alliance and Betrayal. As the group of teenagers pressed onward in their quest to reach the surface, they encountered a faction of underground rebels who offered their assistance. These rebels, led by a charismatic leader named Eliana, had long been fighting against the oppressive regime that ruled over the underground cities. Initially cautious, the teenagers soon found common cause with the rebels. Together, they shared information, resources, and strategies for evading the regime's enforcers. Under Eliana's guidance, they honed their combat skills, learning to defend themselves against the dangers of the underground world. But as their alliance with the rebels grew stronger, so too did the threat from within. One of their own, a young man named Lucas, began to show signs of disillusionment. He questioned their motives, their methods, and their ultimate goal. His dissent threatened to tear the group apart from within, casting doubt on their ability to trust each other. As tensions mounted, Lucas made a fateful decision, one that would change the course of their journey forever. He betrayed his friends, revealing their plans to the regime in exchange for leniency and amnesty. The betrayal cut deep, striking at the heart of their trust and unity. But even in the face of betrayal, the group refused to be broken. They rallied together, determined to confront Lucas and the regime head-on. With Eliana's guidance, they devised a daring plan to infiltrate the regime's stronghold and rescue their captured comrades. The stakes were higher than ever as they prepared to face their greatest challenge yet. But with their bond as strong as steel and their resolve unshakable, they knew that no matter what lay ahead, they would face it together as one. Chapter 6. Unraveling the Secrets. With Lucas's betrayal still fresh in their minds, the group of teenagers pressed forward, their determination unwavering despite the betrayal they had faced. Guided by Eliana and fueled by their shared desire for freedom, they delved deeper into the underground labyrinth, seeking answers and uncovering long-buried secrets. Their journey led them to a hidden chamber deep within the bowels of the underground city, a chamber that held the key to unlocking the truth behind their world's descent into chaos. Inside, they found ancient artifacts, crumbling manuscripts, and holographic recordings that spoke of a time long forgotten. Piece by piece, they began to unravel the mysteries of their past, piecing together fragments of history that had been lost to time. They learned of a once thriving civilization, brought to its knees by its own hubris and greed. They discovered the true extent of the damage wrought by centuries of environmental neglect and exploitation. But amidst the despair, they also found hope. They unearthed plans for a revolutionary technology, a device capable of harnessing the power of the sun itself and transforming it into a source of clean, sustainable energy. It was a beacon of hope in a world consumed by darkness, a glimmer of light amidst the encroaching shadows. Armed with this newfound knowledge, the group set out to bring their discovery to light, determined to rally others to their cause and challenge the oppressive regime that held their world in its iron grip. But they knew that their journey was far from over, that the hardest trials still lay ahead. With Lucas's betrayal weighing heavy on their hearts, they steeled themselves for the battles to come, ready to face whatever challenges awaited them with courage and resolve. Chapter 7: Showdown with the Regime. Armed with the knowledge of the ancient technology they had uncovered, the group of teenagers prepared to confront the oppressive regime that held their world in its grasp. With Eliana leading the charge, they rallied their allies and laid plans to strike at the heart of the regime's power. Their target was the Central Command Hub, a sprawling complex deep within the underground city where the regime's leaders plotted their next move. It was heavily fortified, guarded by legions of enforcers and automated security systems designed to repel any would-be intruders. Undeterred, the group launched their assault, striking swiftly and decisively. They infiltrated the complex under the cover of darkness, using stealth and subterfuge to evade detection. Along the way, they encountered fierce resistance from the regime's forces, engaging in fierce battles that tested their strength and resolve. But despite the odds stacked against them, they pressed on, driven by a fierce determination to bring about change. With each passing moment, they drew closer to their goal, overcoming obstacles and adversaries with skill and cunning. Finally, they reached the heart of the complex, where the regime's leaders awaited them. In a climactic showdown, they confronted their oppressors face to face, trading blows and exchanging harsh words in a battle of wills. But in the end, it was not brute force that won the day, but the power of truth and righteousness. With evidence of the regime's crimes laid bare for all to see, they exposed the corruption and tyranny that had plagued their world for so long, rallying the people to rise up and demand justice. As the regime crumbled beneath the weight of their defiance, the group stood victorious, their quest for freedom finally realized. But their journey was far from over. With the sun still looming overhead, casting its deadly rays upon the scorched earth below, they knew that their greatest challenge still lay ahead, to reach the legendary orbital habitat and secure a future for themselves and for all humanity. Chapter 8: Into the Unknown. With the regime's hold on the underground city finally broken, the group of teenagers prepared to embark on the next leg of their journey, the treacherous ascent to the surface. Armed with the ancient technology they had uncovered and bolstered by their recent victory, they set out to brave the dangers of the world above. Their path was fraught with peril as they navigated crumbling tunnels, treacherous cliffs, and unpredictable weather patterns. The surface was a harsh and unforgiving landscape, scarred by the ravages of climate change and bathed in the harsh glare of the sun. But amidst the desolation, they also discovered signs of life: stray vegetation struggling to survive in the barren soil, small animals scurrying for cover amidst the rocks, and the distant echo of birdsong carried on the wind. It was a glimmer of hope in a world consumed by darkness, a reminder that life still persisted despite the odds. As they journeyed ever closer to their goal, they encountered new allies and adversaries alike. They crossed paths with nomadic tribes who roamed the surface in search of sustenance, sharing stories of survival and resilience. They clashed with rogue factions who sought to claim the surface for themselves, battling for control of the land and its precious resources. But through it all, they remained steadfast in their determination to reach the legendary orbital habitat, a sanctuary rumored to offer refuge from the harsh realities of their world. With each step they took, they drew closer to their goal, fueled by the hope of a better tomorrow and the promise of a new beginning. But little did they know that their journey was far from over, and that the greatest challenges still lay ahead. For the orbital habitat held secrets of its own, secrets that would test their courage, their resilience, and their very humanity. Chapter 9. The Orbital Habitat. As the group of teenagers neared their destination, their hearts pounded with anticipation. The orbital habitat loomed large in the distance, a gleaming beacon of hope against the backdrop of the desolate landscape. With each passing moment, their excitement grew, tempered only by the knowledge that they were about to embark on a journey into the unknown. The orbital habitat was a place of legend, whispered about in hushed tones among the underground dwellers, a utopia floating high above the scorched earth below. But as they drew closer, they began to realize that the orbital habitat was more than just a sanctuary from the harsh realities of their world. It was a marvel of engineering and innovation, a testament to humanity's ingenuity and resilience in the face of adversity. As they docked their makeshift spacecraft with the habitat's docking port, they were greeted by a sight that took their breath away. The interior of the habitat was a lush oasis of greenery and life, a stark contrast to the barren wasteland they had left behind. But amidst the beauty, they also discovered a community unlike any they had ever encountered. The inhabitants of the orbital habitat were a diverse mix of scientists, engineers, and explorers, united in their quest to unlock the secrets of the universe and chart a course for humanity's future. For the first time in their lives, the group felt a sense of belonging, a sense of purpose that transcended the boundaries of their past. They knew that they had found a home among the stars, a place where they could build a new life free from the constraints of the world they had left behind. But as they settled into their new surroundings, they also knew that their journey was far from over. The orbital habitat held mysteries of its own, mysteries that would challenge everything they thought they knew about the universe and their place within it. Chapter 10. New Beginnings. As the group of teenagers settled into life aboard the orbital habitat, they found themselves embarking on a journey of discovery unlike any they had ever known. Freed from the constraints of their former existence, they embraced the opportunities that lay before them with a sense of wonder and excitement. The orbital habitat was a marvel of technology, a self-contained ecosystem that provided for all of their needs. With its advanced hydroponic gardens, renewable energy sources, and state-of-the-art living quarters, it offered a level of comfort and security that they had never known. But more than just a place to live, the habitat was a hub of scientific inquiry and exploration. Surrounded by some of the brightest minds in the galaxy, the group eagerly threw themselves into their studies, eager to learn all they could about the mysteries of the universe. They delved into the sciences, studying astronomy, physics, and biology with a passion and dedication that bordered on obsession. They conducted experiments, analyzed data, and debated theories late into the night, their minds alive with the possibilities of what lay beyond the stars. But amidst the pursuit of knowledge, they also found time for friendship and camaraderie. They formed bonds that transcended the boundaries of race, nationality, and creed, united by their shared experiences and their common goals. And as they gazed out into the vast expanse of space, they knew that they were part of something greater than themselves. A community bound together by a sense of purpose and a shared vision of a brighter future. For the first time in their lives, they felt truly alive, truly free to explore the endless possibilities that lay before them. And as they looked towards the horizon, they knew that their journey was far from over, that it was only just beginning. Chapter 11. Epilogue. The Legacy of the Children of the Sun. Years passed aboard the orbital habitat, and the group of teenagers who had once dared to dream of a better life became the architects of a new era of exploration and discovery. Their journey had not been easy, fraught with danger and uncertainty, but it had forged them into pioneers, adventurers, and visionaries. As they ventured out into the cosmos, they carried with them the lessons they had learned and the ideals they had fought for. They charted new worlds, made contact with alien civilizations, and pushed the boundaries of human knowledge to its limits. But amidst their many accomplishments, they never forgot where they had come from. They remained steadfast in their commitment to their fellow humans, working tirelessly to ensure that the lessons of their past were not forgotten. They became champions of equality and justice, using their influence to advocate for the rights of all sentient beings, regardless of race, gender, or creed. They fought against oppression and tyranny wherever they found it, using their voices to speak out against injustice and their actions to bring about change. And as they looked back on their journey, they knew that they had left behind a legacy that would endure for generations to come. The children of the sun had become symbols of hope and inspiration, shining beacons of light in a universe too often shrouded in darkness. But their greatest legacy was not in the stars, but in the hearts and minds of those they had touched along the way. For they had shown that even in the face of seemingly insurmountable odds, even in the darkest of times, there was always hope, that as long as there were those willing to dream, to fight, and to believe, anything was possible. And so, as they gazed out into the endless expanse of space, they knew that their journey was far from over, that it was only just beginning.